Have you ever smelled that cod aroma taking over the kitchen and suddenly it feels like everyone starts moving closer to the table? There is something about that flavor that brings to mind gatherings, a special recipe, a long lunch, and family together. But before becoming this delicious memory, cod begins its story very far from there, in the cold, deep waters of the ocean. Today, you will discover how cod is made, from the selection of the fish to the moment it leaves packaged, ready to travel great distances and reach the table of millions of people. And believe me, after learning about this process, you will never look at a piece of cod the same way again. But before we follow this path full of salt, tradition, and technology, subscribe to the channel and leave a like, because it helps our work a lot and makes this video reach more curious people like you. Now, come with me and let's cross the ocean together and go behind the scenes of the factory to closely follow how this fish transforms into the cod that so many people love. Before any salting, before drying, and before reaching the shelves, cod begins as a fish with light, firm, and delicate flesh living in cold, deep waters, very far from most of the kitchens where it will be prepared. Many people think cod is the name of a single species of fish, but that is not exactly the case. The name is mainly linked to the fish after it goes through the salting and drying process. Among the most traditional species are Gadus macrocephalus and Gadus ogic, fish found in cold regions of the North Atlantic and the North Pacific. In the most traditional production, these fish are not usually raised in tanks. They are caught at sea in their natural environment where they swim through large, cold, and deep areas. Cod farming does exist in some countries, mainly for consumption as fresh fish. But the salted and dried cod that became known around the world is much more connected to fishing in cold waters.
Después de la captura, los peces se mantienen en condiciones controladas para conservar la calidad de la carne hasta llegar a la industria. Esta etapa tiene que ser rápida y cuidadosa, porque cuanto mejor llega el pescado a la fábrica, mejor será el bacalao al final. Y es a partir de aquí cuando la transformación empieza de verdad. El pescado deja de ser solo una materia prima del mar y entra en una línea de procesamiento donde cada detalle va a influir en su textura, su sabor y su conservación.
After capture, the fish are kept under controlled conditions to preserve the quality of the flesh until they reach the industry. This stage needs to be quick and careful because the better the fish arrives at the factory, the better the cod will be in the end. And it is from here that the transformation truly begins. The fish stops being just a raw material from the sea and enters a processing line where every detail will influence texture, flavor, and preservation. When it arrives at the industry and enters the processing line, the fish still has the fresh appearance of the sea. Moist skin, light flesh, firm body, and natural shine. But from that moment on, it begins to go through changes that will prepare its flesh to receive the salt and transform into cod. Next, the cleaning begins. The head is removed, the entrails are taken out, and the fish is washed to eliminate blood, residues, and impurities. After that, the fish is opened into a blanket shape. The body is divided broadly, leaving the flesh more exposed and uniform. This opening helps the salt penetrate better in the next stages and also gives cod that wide, flattened shape that many people recognize in markets. Little by little, that fresh and shiny fish begins to take on a new identity. It is not yet ready cod, but it is already prepared for the stage that truly changes everything. Salting, where the salt begins to draw moisture from the flesh and transform texture, flavor, and preservation. Before receiving the salt, the fish goes through a careful review. The open flesh is observed closely to check whether there are still bones, small fragments, or parts that need to be trimmed. In some lines, this work is done by trained hands. In others, technology helps locate bones with precision, using detection systems and automatic cutting. The goal is to preserve as much good flesh as possible, without leaving anything that could affect the quality of the final product. Next, the fish is trimmed and standardized. Irregular edges can be corrected, fragile pieces are removed, and the blankets are organized by size and thickness. This is important because similar pieces absorb salt in a more balanced way. With the flesh clean, opened, and reviewed, the blankets move on to salting in a very organized arrangement. They are placed in layers, usually with the flesh facing in a way that receives the salt better, avoiding poorly made folds and overlaps. This way, when the salt goes in, it can reach the surface more uniformly. During curing, the blankets stay organized and resting under controlled conditions. This salt continues to draw out part of the fish's natural water, and the flesh, which was once moist and soft, begins to become firmer, denser, and more resistant. After curing comes drying, one of the most striking phases of the process. In some productions, the cod is taken to outdoor environments, where the cold air helps slowly remove moisture from the flesh. In modern factories, this stage can also take place in controlled chambers, with air circulation, temperature, and humidity closely monitored. Whether outdoors or inside the industry, the goal is the same: to dry the fish gradually without rushing, so that it gains firmness without losing quality. After drying, the cod is already firm, light-colored, and has that rigid appearance we know. Now, the pieces move on to the final selection, where each blanket is carefully observed before being packaged. At this stage, the workers check the size, thickness, color, smell, firmness, and finish of each piece. After classification, the product moves on to packaging. Some pieces are packaged whole in large blankets. Others are cut into loins, steaks, or smaller pieces. In many cases, the cod is placed in plastic packaging, trays, or boxers with identification of the type, weight, and origin. From there, it is ready to travel. Since it has already gone through salting and drying, cod has much greater resistance than fresh fish. Even so, transportation needs to maintain good storage conditions to protect the texture, avoid excess moisture, and preserve quality. When it reaches the markets, it can be sold as whole pieces, packaged cuts, pieces, and it is curious to think that that dry and firm product, sitting on the shelf, carries a long journey. It came from the ocean, passed through the factory, lost water, gained salt, was classified, packaged, and now waits for the moment to come back to life inside a recipe. In Norway, cod is taken so seriously that there is an old tradition linked to what is called klippfisk, the salted and dried fish, on rocks near the sea. The cold air, the constant wind, and the coastal climate helped slowly remove moisture from the flesh, creating a resistant food, easy to transport and full of flavor. That is why, even before modern factories, cod was already a product of travel, trade, and survival, capable of crossing long distances without losing its value. The production of cod was not born inside a modern factory, nor does it have a single known inventor. It began as an ancient preservation technique used by fishermen from Northern Europe and the Iberian region. But in Norway, an important name in this story is the Dutch merchant Jaap Eyck, who is said to have introduced the method of salting and drying the fish around 1690. From then on, coastal cities like Kristiansand helped turn cod into an export product, prepared on a large scale to cross oceans and reach different parts of the world. Today, it is estimated that the global market for salted and dried cod moves approximately 330,000 tons per year. That is a lot, isn't it? Thousands of pieces crossing oceans to reach recipes, tables, and traditions spread all over the world. Today, we saw a process that begins very far from the kitchen, in the cold waters of the ocean, and passes through experienced hands. Precise machines, salt, time, drying, selection, and care in every detail. That fresh fish that arrives at the factory changes completely. It loses water, gains firmness, concentrates flavor, and transforms into a food capable of crossing great distances, carrying history, tradition, and memory to different parts of the world. And maybe that is what makes cod so special. It is not just an ingredient in many places. It represents gatherings, family recipes, full tables, important dates, and that flavor that is part of the lives of thousands of people. After learning about this whole journey, it becomes hard to look at a piece of cod the same way. Behind it, there is the sea, work, patience, technology, and the tradition that has crossed generations. If you enjoyed discovering how cod is made, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and take the opportunity to watch another video too. There are many things from our daily lives that go through incredible processes before reaching us,